Hi, howdy. Hi, howdy. Are we online now? Yeah, now we are. Okay. Hi. I'm Wisteria Cassiope. And yeah, I was just hoping to play some fucking Limbus Company. You can see the results of some grinding. I've only got 6 modules right now. It's a pretty low amount. But I've got most of my units up to just barely below level 60. So this shouldn't take too long. Probably done this before, but didn't think about it before. Yeah, so, I mean, I was planning on hopefully getting through 918. Canto 918. Hopefully complete part 1 of this update. I'm just gonna auto through this. It's not that interesting. I've already done it like probably not a couple hundred times. This stage in specific. You're a little loud. I'm not super loud though. Yeah. I was playing some Minecraft before this. The ATM 10 to the sky hack. I have some ideas for what I could do for stream for stream, but I need a place that I can control the surrounding audio in to make things, you know, a bit more consistent. Otherwise I can't really do those things, you know? But, you know, it is what it is. You live with the life that you're given. Hopefully soon I can get a different location that I can record from, and that won't be such an issue. I'd like to really branch out my my content in that way. But, yeah. This should be done hopefully next turn. Got 1, 2 staggers? Oh, only 1. He's about to be staggered. That'll be 2. Yeah. As I was saying, he was about to be staggered. Oh, my neck hurts. Okay, daily's done.
나를 들뜨게 만드는 일은 많지 않지만 이번엔 그 귀중한 경우의 수에 들어맞았군. 잘 놀다 간다. 회수하지 않은 탄피는 팁이다.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't just use that as my layout. Yeah. Oh, that is... Okay. Time to continue with Canto 9. I did Canto 910, and I was thinking about possibly doing another run of it, just to see if I could get a 2-turn or a 3-turn kill. But nah, I'm probably not gonna do that. I think it's this way. This is the only area with lights on. It says broadcast sector. Can someone tell me coming here was the right decision? All the other routes were blocked off, save for the one leading to this sector. Looks like we'd have ended up here, one way or the other. Be a little quiet. Yeah, looks like we'd have ended up here, one way or the other. It's hard to see anything when it's this dark. Most of the power down, the door shouldn't be locked. Stop. Take another step closer, and you'll be forcing our hand. Familiar voice boomed from a loudspeaker, delivering a sharp warning. This entire area is lit in with security landmines. Even if you somehow manage to get past the minefield, you'll have to face the rest of us. I'm warning you. Every one of us in here is combat ready. If you think you're stronger than us, we have self-destruct devices, bombs filled with super mini saw teeth, shrapnel. Hold on a sec. What's I supposed to say? The heck? And I thought my handwriting was bad. Oh, here. Throwing this bomb will result in an explosion that covers a 100-meter radius zone from the detonation point. Hey, that's a taboo violation, you know? At least try to come up with something actually convincing. Anyways, turn around and walk away right now, or we're gonna bury you all under this facility. You can hear everything, you know? It's highly probable that the bomb is a bluff. Any bomb that falls under the category of explosives must be planted on an object or surface per the rules set by the head. And that boast of the blast beggar's belief, such a wide radius, is sure to make a bounty of bands and bones. Sure, but I wasn't bluffing about... Wait, she can hear us. Sure, but I wasn't bluffing about the landmines. Take one more step forward, and bolts of overcharged electricity will barbecue you. The voice behind the microphone began to grow increasingly irritated. It also became more familiar. Pretty sure I've heard it somewhere before. According to Alyssa, Hohenheim should be here somewhere. Wait, did you say Alyssa? Her voice. It seems we were not mistaken. Now, I certainly recognize this voice. That voice I would rather not welcome tells me that these individuals are good to be let through. That voice Faust would rather not welcome tells Faust that these individuals are good to be approached. A heavy thunk, and then the doors of the broadcast sector inched open, but before... Hi. Hello, Heathcliff. Yeah, the doors of the broadcast sector inched open, but before we could take a proper look, the people holed within... What? You guys, you should have told us sooner. Remember me? Oh my god, it's Ezra? Yeah, it's Ezra. We came face to face with Ezra, who'd video called us. With the plethora of information on blood fiends prior to our mission in La Manche Land. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get an explanation once we get to Faust's Canto. Really, it just looks like the Geschel shaft is supposed to be a connection between mirror worlds. Which, if you read Leviathan, kind of makes sense. But, like, not sure how that would have started, like, personally. Oh, wait, she's got a unique armband. Is that for the LCD? How'd you save the how'd you save the day in La Mancha Land? And all thanks to yours truly, I bet. So, care to tell me which one's the Blood Fiend Extraordinaire on your team? Huh? What? Oh, well, that's... Why don't we... She's here too? Why don't we skip the pleasantries for now, Ezra? That's Moses. I saw her in the video call too. Team leader at LCD. Yeah, I was right. If memory serves right. Leviathan is in the story. But yes. Were you the one who threatened us with that nonsense about bombs, Ezra? What other choice did I have? We were starting to believe that we were the only survivors out here, and then bam! Dozen or so footsteps rushing into the sector out of nowhere. We couldn't even check who you guys were because all the screens were busted. Esther gestured toward the blank surveillance screens in the broadcast sector with her chin. For your information, Mr. Genius over there is trying to fix the security cameras. He said it's going to take a while with the power outage, though. Okay, yeah, he is alive. I didn't expect our paths to cross again for anything good, but I certainly pictured it happening like this. Oh, certainly never pictured it happening like this. Underneath the array of monitors Ezra pointed at, we found Hohenheim, looking even more haggard than we remembered. He gave us a faint, unwelcoming nod as he fiddled with the tangle of power circuits.
안녕하세요.
And Martin too, yeah. Yeah, Ishmael has a lot of good knowledge in her head. Hello. I'm relieved to see that there aren't any injured among you. Well, I don't know if Martin really understands the whole concept of the clock, but Martin stepped forward and offered us the greeting Hohenheim chose to skip. In any case, you say it was AzuSa who let you know of our location? If she's not with you, she must either be gravely wounded or already dead. She's badly hurt, yeah, but we're searching for ways to help her. Ishmael gave Hohenheim a blanched look, as though she was taken aback by his cold certainty regarding his own subordinate's fate. I would be too. Searching, You talk as if you're playing a game of scavenger hunt. Might have been better to end her misery then and there. Wow. Haven't you see how we handle things? She's still got a shot. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, dude. Jesus. Hold up, sorry. Yeah. Having one of those right now would be very helpful for AzuSa. Please don't misunderstand. Left it on the bus? But please don't misunderstand. Some of these assailants, they seem to be enjoying the torture of their victims. That's what's keeping our boss on edge. Boss and I were near the laboratory when the attacks started. There weren't many employees around, and the broadcast sector happened to be close by. Probably the only reason we were able to find cover here in one piece. Verily, young AzuSa shall persevere steadfastly. We have vowed to return and deliver her from death. Thank you. I'm sure AzuSa is hanging on to your promise. Sorry to break up this touching moment, but if you're here, that color fixer should be on his way too, right? I don't know about that. Where the heck is he now? I wonder if he's already off to find the attackers. Ezra? Moses, who had been staring at Udis since we came in, turned her gaze toward Ezra. Team leader. We can regroup with Red Gaze. I think we'll have more than enough fighting chance even without our baby bee. I was asking me if she can take a look at it. Yes, but it would seem that the Red Gaze is not here with them. Just the look on their face is enough to confirm that. What? What the heck are you peeps doing here without him? Ezra's face immediately soured the moment she realized that Virgilius wasn't with us. Her voice crashed over us like that of a host shrieking at uninvited guests barging into her home. It's not like we came here on our own because we wanted to. Guide buds held up by an assailant. Ryoshu says she's called the nurse father. Wow. From the House of Spiders. Probably a tough adversary too, just like those who are assaulting the facility. Her combat prowess is not to be underestimated. How is she compared to Iriolus or the Argos unit? Around the same level. I'm not familiar with the name Urialos. Argos, though, that kind of rings a bell with possibly the Argonaut. Wait, if you know those names, that means... Ah, yeah. Moses didn't grace Udis with a reply. Instead, she closed her eyes, seemingly lost in a brief reverie, and soon returned to the subject at hand as if she were done sorting out her thoughts. I'm not supposed to dismantle this game or HP bullet. Past needs the tools to properly manufacture game. Well, it's true. You wouldn't need the requisite knowledge in order to actually construct it, in order to deconstruct it, I would assume. And I don't know if any Faust from a mirror world ever actually came in contact with K-Corp Tech. Karen, is she taken hostage? How did you know that? You mentioned the attacker in the singular, perhaps just the slip of the tongue, but I suspect it was a single enemy if not a small number. Furthermore, despite coming here without the bus driver, none of you seem particularly convinced that the Red Gaze would be able to quickly dispatch the assailant to join you. Give it to our team leader. Just one look is enough for her to figure it all out. Anywho, did you happen to encounter anyone on your way here? Just some Picatula and mannequins. Wait a minute, why don't we get to ask the questions? Ishmael barely managed to wrest control of the conversation amid the barrage of questions. You're both from LCD. What are you doing here in the HQ where LCE is? Well, about that, the LCE was supposed to make an important progress report today. Apparently it's really important presentation too. We've been receiving bazillions of reminders about how it's mandatory attendance at event and everything. Right, team leader? Feels like everyone's overlooking just how really busy our department is. Yeah, well, you'd have to slot in Honglu's ID for him to know, I think. Sorry to borrow your wording, but it is indeed a really important presentation. Yeah, for you maybe, but my department is also really... Wow. Hang on, I don't think that's the crux of the matter right now. The presentation did not happen. As such, we are unable to assess its importance at the moment. Very astute. Whatever is the case, the event whatever is the case, the event was what required us LCD members to be present here at the LCE department. Dante did. There's one more thing. Allow me to introduce the newest addition to the LCD. Yeah, our team is grown in size, take that. I was told you'd met before. Oh? Who would this be? Familiar silhouette stepped forward from the opposite side. Someone we did not expect to encounter here, of all places. Ah? Ingdu? I regret that we must always meet in the midst of plights such as this. I trust you have been well? Ms. Ingdu, been too long. Is Mr. Bamboo-Hatted Kim? Use the full title? Still in recovery? My mentor's flesh has long since healed, but it will take some time until his mind regains its former tranquility. However long the wait, endure it I must. Yep, someone's upstairs. I have faith that he will recover in due time. Until then, in silence shall I atone for the transgression I have committed. Yeah, it's good that they're not just forgetting, you know, characters who we've interacted with before. Ingdu appeared to be referring to how she ran Bamboo-Hatted Kim through with his sword under the monolith's distorting influence. Oh yeah, she did stab him, didn't she? Still, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you seem to be adjusting well to life at LCD. Sinclair caught the shadow flickering across Engdu's face and swiftly stepped up to lighten the mood. Very well done. I wouldn't say I was taken in, but I am deeply grateful regardless. My mentor and I have nowhere left to call home. But someday, we will return to Escorp together. Looks like she's trying to do her best to fit in too. It's always hard to get settled in no matter where you start from. Now that we've all grown acquainted with one another, let us move on to the issue at hand. Okay. Oh, it's another story node. You learned how to use a katana without needing Dante's help? Oh yeah? Is it because it's kind of like a bat? You know, just 2 hands on the base and take a swing. The first order of business is intelligence sharing and deductive reasoning based on the available information. Oh, it's like a dungeon. My team and I were attacked in the hallway connected to the conference hall. That guy was... ran into a guy with a perception blocking mask. Ah. Interesting. That guy was, I'll be straight with you guys, super duper strong. I would have stood my ground if only a Hornet, that dumbass, were here. By Hornet, you were referring to the junior of our team. He's really, really strong. He's so strong that, I've got it. There was a time when I, what was it again? Some kind of pastry, I think? Anywho, I got me some bread to snack on later, and in that split second my back was turned, Hornet, that asshole, swiped it right off my plate. I got so pissed that I punched him right in his solar plexus. Well, that's a library of Ruino reference. I got so pissed off that I punched him right in his solar plexus to get him to cough it up, and he just went oof and swallowed my bread anyway. Like, does that make any sense to you guys? Yeah, getting drunk and talking about life is... yeah, that is nice. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes him strong. Although Ezra's anecdote wasn't very illuminating, none of us bothered to ask for further clarification, as it seemed that the only way to get an objective measure of the Hornet's strength was to let her punch us in the solar plexus as well. So, what's with this Hornet up to now? Ishmael peeked around as though she was expecting him to pop out from a hiding spot in the broadcast sector. Oh, you're gonna lose your mind when you hear this. Listen up. What he's... not yet, Ezra. Up to is a secret. It's, classified stuff. Yeah, I seem to remember him just kind of having a bunch of random assorted weapons. Nothing specific, nothing really consistent. I tend to analyze my enemies with observation and deduction. It's like a month. Yeah, I imagine it would take a while. I tend to analyze my enemies with observation and deduction. I try to identify their unique colors, kinds of weapons they use, their methodologies, whether they enjoy the slaughter or avoid it, their attitudes toward battle, all of it. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I heard someone. Once I have that, I can get an idea of when to begin my counterattack, or what kind of weaknesses of theirs I can exploit. And that's how I usually open my path forward. But he... Moses inhaled sharply, as though she missed her smoking pipe, which was nowhere to be seen at this moment. Not able to summon it? It was chaotic. I could not identify a single pattern in his behavior. He is an empty shell. His act of killing lacks any emotional touch. And that is why you couldn't get a read on him. On the other hand, you appear so clearly to me. You seem so anxious to cut something down. Is that correct? You are broken, shattered, but every shard is keen and transparent. like a hail of small blades. A glass-like sword of many edges, so fragile that it's with its futile wish to sever away what cannot be severed. What is it that you grasp so tightly in that scarred hand of yours? Little shit, what are you peeking into? Hey, don't talk to our team leader like... just as Ezra was about to give her a stern warning, Hohenheim stepped in and changed the subject. To add to that, Martin here and I... Martin here and I... Yeah, Martin here and I were in front of the lavatory when it occurred. Yeah, he's pointing to Martin and then saying here. Obviously, Martin here. Obviously, Martin is here, yeah. At first, it began with the sound of rushing wind, something large and heavy, cleaving through the air, the kind of sound one should never come to expect from a department like ours, so full of delicate machinery and containment units. It happened right before my eyes. Something snapped the employee who was walking only a step ahead of me, in half. The first thing that came to my mind was this. Did an abnormality breach containment? If such were the case, the alarm should have gone off. The farthest tracks with what Miss AzuSa told us. He said there wasn't any warning at all before the attack. Once I got a better look at what it was, I realized that it was neither abnormality peccatulum nor a distortion. It was a massive scabbard. Wait, cleaved in half with a scabbard? I looked toward where the scabbard came from. There stood a man who presumably threw the weapon. Oh god. Oh god. Is it actually? Reading a book like he was out on a stroll. The book was Matthias? I'm just gonna say Matthias. He must have been reading his book of vengeance. First the thumb, and now the middle. I stared at him, still processing what had just happened, when the boss grabbed my arm and started running. I couldn't look back. I heard screaming from dozens of people, but you seem to be fond of recounting unnecessary details. Only after arriving here, at the broadcast sector, did I remember that AzuSa was still out there. When one's life is at risk, the brain instinctively reduces the processing of information to the bare minimum required for survival. But I was the last person who handed the research proposal, boss. AzuSa should have been at the conference hall too, thus. Hey, listen, if you want to look back and nitpick at literally every little thing you did in the past, we're gonna be here forever. I know it might sound like a little bit of an empty platitude, but focus on what we can do right now, what we're going to do going forward. Okay? You'll have time for regrets later. I suppose so. You did save my boss once, so I guess it's only right that I should have more faith in you people than anyone else. I'd like to clarify that the saving was but a part of the experiment, but given the urgency, I will forego a more detailed explanation. Looks like we're all caught up, then. Good. Now, let's share what we know. Moses began laying out the situation with the expertise befitting a leader of the LCD. Today, intruders attacked the LCE department situated in the basement of the HQ. We lost control of the entire LCE facility, and save for our current location, every sector has been neutralized by a single or a pair of intruders. Any survivor who's conscious enough to communicate properly is already here. Everyone? After the attack, every containment unit was also forcibly unlocked, adding even more fuel to the fire. Are beset by foes. On every side, a search for a foothold is a difficult one indeed. After that month, I got a Dante to buy me a katana. Oh yeah, I wonder how much on that cost. Darn, if only these surveillance cameras weren't busted. I'd love to be able to keep track of their whereabouts. I have repeated many times today, we are attempting to bring it back to operational status. We speak of restoring a sabotaged power grid like it's a task as simple as wiping one's glasses. More than anything, we need these two pieces of information at the present. 1. Who are the attackers? 2. What objective brought them to the LCE? The man we encountered seemed to have a one-track mind, squarely set on killing as ordered. But there are far too many threads that point toward a motivation more complex than infiltrate the facility and slaughter its employees with abandon. Moses's deduction aligned with Udis's. If the assailant's goal was truly nothing more than slaughter, their first order of action should have been to unlock the containment units. The intruders are... yes, I have enough evidence to at least get a general idea of whom they might be. Do you elaborate? There's the thumb nurse father, who's stalling the Red Gaze. Then there's the member of the middle who attacked the researchers, and we've seen evidence of the Ring's involvement too, given the presence of corpse mannequins. At least 2 or more fingers are involved in this attack. If the vile cur of the Kurokuma clan serfs are here... the vile cur the Kurokuma clan serfs are here. Yeah. This is quite odd. Lady Moses, are the fingers not hostile against one another? Those ilk have no business coming within even a sleeve's breadth of each other, save when compelled to attend assemblies such as the finger Bao Bao, where they oft quarrel to no end. Yeah, wasn't too good quality. I imagine he's not getting paid very much. He couldn't really help that much. Correct. But consider this from the opposite perspective. There must be something of enough importance for the officers of each finger to put aside their differences and work hand in hand. Which is a little concerning to hear. Spiders, or the nurse fathers of the House of Spiders. That's what they're called. We've just snared ourselves into the web they spun. The fingers rarely ever cross the line they've drawn between each other. This strange entanglement certainly is a deviation. Nurse fathers, was it? Seems like a terribly meaningful title to me. Then it can be presumed that the House of Spiders is a place to raise something, or someone, to have such a high-ranking officers of each finger gathered at one place to nurture someone. One might think that it hardly makes any sense, and indeed it doesn't, but what if their purpose itself is just as outrageous? That would, paradoxically, explain how they've come together. Ryoshu, is it? You seem to be inextricably tied to that place. IKWYW. I know what you want? Yeah. I actually figured that one out. Right? No need. I can understand your abbreviations, but I can't tell what I know. Because it's all broken. The place, the memories attached to it. You can see how they've shattered. Oh yeah, that's what the illusion before was. Oh, we got the company backing card because it was 6 gold bows. You don't have to call everything. All I need to know is what that outrageous purpose is. What is it? To forge me into a blade that cuts through all. But I left that place behind. Yeah. I could see Virgilius doing that. Ryoshu, can you tell us anything more? Shame, but that's all I have, Clock. Yeah. Having a color fixer just like watch you from a distance. I imagine that might be a little concerning. But that's yeah. I don't remember much more than that. Even if I did, it's not an easy thing to speak of. Ryoshu let out a protracted sigh, just as Moses did earlier, the long exhalation of someone who clearly craved a puff of smoke. It betrayed the aloofness she projected. Come to think of it, Ryoshu hasn't been smoking at all since we got here, or maybe since the truck. Fuck. Like she said, and like what you've seen, my mind is a mess. I have questions of my own, but the answers elude me. Maybe the pieces can be put together using your hints, like the one you gave me earlier. So we have to solve this together, this puzzle, or this game of escape room. Ryoshu muttered placidly. If it is you the House of Spiders wants, then I must ask you to entertain this question. Why did they bother attacking the HQ? Well, it's because it's a trap, isn't it? As Moses began her explanation, Ryoshu looked in her direction with mild amusement. When you said you left the House of Spiders, I presume you meant you escaped it. Members of different fingers are hardly the kind of people to fraternize even on a good day, but this alliance of sorts they call the House of Spiders has persisted even after your departure. At a glance, it may only appear that they were simply waiting for your return. But given their behaviors today, they don't strike me as a particularly patient group as a whole. In other words, I find it suspicious that they decided to act now. If they were desperate, they would have made the move long ago. This leads me to believe that they were waiting for the right time. Whichever is their motive, Ryoshu, whether it is getting you back or doing something else, the fact remains that they have chosen this particular moment to act. The nurse father of the House of Spiders we encountered, she made way for us so that Ryoshu could come to the HQ research facility. Harboured such intense and complicated feelings for Ryoshu, but I don't think I got any sense that she was trying to kill or take Ryoshu with her. When she said that the nurse fathers were waiting for me here. Clearly, they're here to see me, weirdo detective. Alright, you. Hey, what the hell's your problem? Oh, because Hohenheim's like holding her back. Be calm, please. It's best that we do not interrupt their conversation. An intense dialogue shall they find and draw out the answer. Let us not dare stem the course. Why is Ezra so much bigger as a portrait? Like, she's shorter than Moses, but her portrait is significantly taller. They could have probably just scaled her down. Yeah, in these times, it would be nice. It would be nice to have a couple more people that you can rely on. In intense dialogue shall they find and draw out the answer. Let us not dare stem this course. It's a fair assumption that the nurse fathers of the House of Spiders have attacked this place to provoke you. However, I can't seem to shake the thought that they must have a distinct objective. They were indeed after Ryoshu, and only Ryoshu, then choosing this specific time and place hardly seems to serve that purpose. The intervals between each of the sinners are different, but once a sinner's turn ends, another's begins. Every single time without failure. This case has everything to do with Ryoshu. I believe, without a shred of doubt, that it's her turn. Once the sinners relayed my words, Moses fell into a brief contemplation and began to mutter a sequence of words. Limbus Company, the mirror, the glass window, the former L-Corp, extracted ego, encapsulin, psychoments, abnormalities, monolith, sinner Ryoshu. Can't think of too many things in the LCE research facility that could be what the House of Spiders is after. Never went against him even if I tried. Yeah, if you try to go for your head. The process of elimination, the only reasonable answer that can be deduced is as follows. They're here for the golden bows. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what a rematch between you and your master would be like now. They're here for the golden bows. That's how it is. Moses is right. It's become very important for us to look into Ryoshu's past, to reach in and see what lies there, but LCP's goal, its journeys, and its stories that have always been bound to the same terminus, obtaining the golden bows. Hohenheim, where are the golden bows in this facility located? Yeah, the manager would like to know the location of the golden bows. It's at a laboratory in this facility. I'm acting like I know the person behind the mask. I only know of him. Obviously, the perception blocking mask kind of prevents me from doing that. Hohenheim's gaze turned to me. Perhaps he was looking at the clock hands on my head. Very well. I suppose there's no way around sharing the contents of our presentation. Hohenheim's answer sounded more like a prolonged sigh. It was a presentation regarding our progress in the golden bow experimentation. Do I know who he is? It was an
그리고 그 발표가 공개될
limited
수
group of
있는 이유는
individuals with the clearance to access the contents of that presentation
지금 자네들
does not include members of the LCB.
포함되지 않아.
Boy, aren't we the ones risking our necks out there to collect those golden bows? How come we're not allowed to?
보안의 범위를
I am not the
결정하는
one who
건
decides the
내가
scope of our security.
호엔하임 씨가 우려하는 바가 무엇인지는 알고
Hohenheim, your
있습니다.
concern is understandable.
회사는
The
황금가지에
company
대한
maintains
정보를
tight control over enemy information regarding the golden bows. There's no way to know at this moment what the consequences of leaking this information without the company's explicit consent might be. The worst comes to worst, we may even be subject to a memory wipe procedure. Unbelievable. We're stalled by some red tape at exigent circumstances like this? Oh, exigent circumstance. Singular.
비밀스럽고 수상쩍은 회사에서 뭘 바라겠나?
What do you expect from a company practically built on secrecy and suspicion?
그럼 가만한다고
Anyway, assuming the risks of divulging this information are understood and accepted by all parties present, let me get straight to the point. The golden bows, we were experimenting with grafting the retrieved bows onto one another.
가지를 접목한다는 것은
Grafting the bows.
한 그루의 나무로 만들겠다는 뜻인가?
And was the purpose to combine the bows to form a singular tree? Nothing slips by a fellow researcher, I suppose. Correct. We are incubating the golden bows under a very special environment to create a sapling, like a sapling of light.
아직은 한 그루로 완전하게 접목시키지는 못했지만 그리 먼 이야기는 아니지.
We haven't yet managed to graft them together into a proper tree, no. But that horizon is in sight. So,
그
what,
실험의
like,
성과를 사내의 주요 관계자들과 몇몇 팀에게 공개할 예정이었는데
trying to take the solidified light
이런 사고가 터져버렸건.
and grow more? Yeah, I think asking Virgilius would be a better call. Yeah. I don't know how best I could help you with that. Today was today was the day that we were to share the successes of the experiment with certain major characters and teams within the company until this happened. The golden bows are at the laboratory. Then we have to get to the laboratory before they do and secure the golden bows. But we can't just waltz out on our own when the whole place might be crawling with enemies, right? Is there any way we can get in touch with the HQ right now? Did HQ even receive your support request? Like an IT ticket? We did send a rescue signal to HQ an hour ago, but we have no way of knowing whether it was received. The attackers destroyed all of our outgoing transmitters earlier. As long as they received a signal, any signal, it shouldn't take long until they recognize that the LCE is under attack by an overwhelming force. Knowing that the LCA has sent us support units, we do we have an estimate of how long it might take for them to arrive? Even if they have to navigate around inaccessible passages currently present in the facility, it should be no more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Then they should have been here already. They've either failed to receive the transmission, or the power outage has trapped the reinforcements in the elevator. Yeah, if it weren't for Miss Soud bringing us up to speed, we wouldn't have thought of using the back door to come straight to this facility. Such is the case, then we need only reboot the power divider in the facility management room. Hey, Mr. Big Brain. We want to restore this department from a shutdown state. We gotta take out all the distortions and abnormalities sauntering about, right? In order to perfectly restore the facility, yes, this place has been designed to be quarantined from every other department if even a single abnormality has escaped to its hallways. No use sitting around putting our heads together then, right? Hey, if you guys are scared of some abnormality or distortion, leave it to us. We'll kick their butts. Nobody said they're scared. I'm just saying we could benefit from practicing a bit of caution. It would be the wisest to prioritize restoring power to the facility. Seems that these attackers are making effective use of the dark. I see. Executive Manager, I am of the opinion that we must split our forces in order to facilitate our operation, given the urgency of the situation. The situation looks rather pressing for us to sit here and waste time debating what to tackle first. Once I nodded in agreement, Udis quickly took control of the situation. Listen up, men. We prepare for two things: reconnaissance and extraction. Huh? Extraction? You mean escape? Escape from Tarkov?
LCA 지원이 도착할 것이라고
Assuming
가정한다면
that the LCA support will arrive, it would serve us best to move in tandem with them to improve our chances of launching a joint attack with numerical advantage over our enemies.
또한
Also, we have to stay mobile. We've held this position for too long. Our enemies will methodically kill and comb through the entire facility until they find what they're looking for. The more we remain stationary, the more likely we are to encounter them, and that will only elevate the risk of total obliteration.
그건 말 되네. 하긴
Makes sense. Besides,
한번 죽으면
the others
끝이지.
here ain't like us. Once they get killed, it's over for them.
거기에 더해
Another thing,
황금가지 또한
don't forget
적보다
that
먼저
we have to reach the
회수해야
golden bows before our enemies do.
무엇을 하려고
Whichever we end up
이
prioritizing,
안에서는
we won't get
해결할 수
anything
없구나.
done by staying holed up in here.
그래. 그럼 우리가 다 같이 나간다 쳤을 때 제일 먼저 갈
Yeah, we gotta
장소는
reach
어딘가?
extraction point.
자네 말대로
Pull up your
황금가지의
list.
회수나
We gotta figure out
전력보다
where we need to go.
한 번에 준비할 것이 많아 보이는데.
Very well. Then, if we were all to leave this place at the same time, where should we prioritize? We have many pressing tasks, as you have explained. Golden bow retrieval, facility power restoration. His eyes turned red.
전력을
Oh, I don't think he's too happy.
그리고 손상된 회로가 있는 복도는 전부 멀리 떨어져 있어.
But the facility management room to restore power to the facility, the laboratory, and the area with the damaged circuitry are all located far from each other.
힘을 나눈다.
We divide and conquer.
황금가지의 보호.
Securing the golden bow, restoring power, and suppressing abnormalities to clear a path for the reinforcement, they're all equally important and must be resolved concomitantly. Oh, the fuck? I've never seen that word. Concomitantly. And to do so, we must split up into squads based on our expertise. Disgraced and massacre.
그래, 뭐 찬성이야.
Disgraced and massacre.
우리는 따로
Disgraced and
행동하는 편이 더
massacre.
편하기도 하고.
Yeah, alrighty. We work better as a separate unit anyway.
황금가지는 우리 LCB 부서가 찾도록 하지.
Grade 1 fixer Roland.
근처에
he was a grade 9
황금가지가
fixer.
있으면 바로 알아차릴 수 있는 능력을 갖추고 계시니.
The LCB will be in charge of securing the golden bow, as our executive manager has the ability to detect it whenever they are in proximity to one of them. Ooh, kind of like a metal detector. How dare you compare the executive manager to a... I'll let that one slide given the urgency.
그리고 환상체나 뒤틀림.
Anyway, we would like to leave abnormality, distortion, and Pecatula suppression to the LCD. Gotcha! That's totally our bread and butter. How many difficult abnormalities or distortions did you have contained in this facility?
얼추
Combatants of your prowess should have no trouble suppressing most of them, save for 2. However,
하지만 그중
that
이주는
might
많이
pose some
걸려고
trouble.
실험실끼리 통신할
Take these
수 있던
microcommunicators
초소형
with you.
무전기를
We use these to
너무
communicate
멀리
between
신호가
laboratories.
닿지 않지만
One has a limited range. It
자네들에게
should be enough
제압
for
방법을 설명하는 데는
for
쓸만할 거야.
replaying the suppression tactics for each entity you come across.
좋아.
Perfect. We've
통신도
secured
갖출 수
a
있겠군.
means of communication.
마지막으로 전력 복구는
As for restoring power to the facility, I would like to designate that task
내부 시설에 대해서는
to the LCE
이곳의
personnel
인원 중
here.
제일 익숙할
I
것 같지.
presume you are best acquainted with the layout of this facility out of all of us?
합리적이군.
Reasonable choice. The layout of this facility is more complicated than it might have first appeared to you. Yeah. That would be the first assumption I'd go with. It's just that the Roland I'm familiar with was a grade 9 fixer. Must be a different guy then. A reasonable choice. The layout of this facility is more complicated than it might have first appeared to you.
전선들이
That is
제대로
indeed one
정리가
way to
되지 않은
describe the
혼란한
abysmal
상태.
cable
저런
management.
식으로 언급하기도
Oh, she's
하더군요.
talking shit. Please consider it but a representation of the entropic escalation phenomenon. Despite the way it looks, the setup is quite stable. Yeah. Martin gave a handful of tiny radios to Udis, who distributed them to each of us.
좋아. 이걸로 상황을 계속
Very well.
공유하도록 하지.
Don't forget to keep each other updated.
잊고 싶던 연기 냄새가
Hmm.
자꾸만 스멀스멀 올라오는군.
The acrid stench of smoke I'd much rather leave buried in the past keeps coming back. Yeah, I don't imagine too many people wear perception blocking masks. So, it could be the same person. Wow. Okay, there's more rating. I thought we would have gotten to a fight, but no, it's 3 different story nodes.
잊지 말게.
I kind of want to take a break from talking.
함부로 대하지 말고.
Goodness. Don't forget the golden bows are kept within a preservation container. Take extra care when you handle it. Okay. We've been working our butts off to retrieve these shiny twigs too. We know enough about their worth not to throw them around willy-nilly. Willy-nilly. Gregor's comment did nothing to deter Hohenheim, who kept voicing his warning again and again. Right, lab's that way, and the facility management room is... Ezra was tracing the available routes to guide the LCD team members who arrived with Moses, while others crept down the corridor, alert for any dangers lurking in the shadows. What was that? It's a wall dropping down. Huh? Hey, watch out, you guys. The corridor was thrown into complete chaos. Claire, this way. Huh, I can't, it's too far. Is everyone alright? Let's see him. Yeah, I think that's pretty common knowledge. But I guess it goes without saying. It would seem that a quarantine system designed for abnormality containment breaches has just been activated. Yeah, I don't imagine Don Quixote is going to be a very good listener. Unless it's something about fixers or fixer culture. But any specific tools? She might be interested. Yerso, who had been standing close by, replied in a monotonous tone. And just as he said, when I looked around, that was close. That wall nearly flattened us into pancakes. We were but a breath away from disaster. Shabby thing. What a WOT. Waste of time? What a waste of time? Just when I didn't think it could get any worse, it did. Waste of time. Where's Ryoshi, by the way? Manager Esquire, where art thou? Sinclair and Don Quixote were desperately calling out from the other side of the wall. Hey, I think this is the first time we've ever been so completely separated from Dante. Ugh, and we can't even afford to get hurt. I don't see any abnormalities around. Yeah, you can't throw yourself into the meat grinder and get put back together. Not when you're separated like that. I don't see any abnormalities around. Now they've taken over the security wall controls too. They've effectively forced us to split up. Not to worry, Executive Manager. This is only a minor setback. Allow me to assume command of this unit for the time being. Hello? That's the first thing you're worried about. Shouldn't you be more concerned about Dante? It's grown to be quite the predicament. Hohenheim let out a heavy sigh. Are you alright, team leader? I am. At least we have no injured among us. After all that planning, we ended up getting separated into completely random teams. Let's first check who we have on each side. Me, Mirso, Rigger, and Yisung here. Also Ryoshu. We've got the detective, Miss Engdu, and me over here, and Ishmael, Roja, and me. Otis too. As for us, Martin, the assistant, LCE team members, and the rest. Oh, Martin, the assistant. Not Martin, the assistant, LCE team members, and the rest. The rest? Of whom speakest thou? It is a phrase used by individuals who find it especially difficult to acknowledge their betters. Me, Don Quixote, and Faust. He did remove his mask once, so I'm staying in Don Quixote's room looking at her magazines, looking for anyone that looks like him. There was no chance that we could get the security wall out of our way, even with our combined effort. Yeah, you might be able to find him. Whoever it is that's behind that mask. Yeah, I bet she would be helping. The master key card doesn't work either. It should be able to override the lockdown, but Even the LCE wasn't having any luck on their side. There's been a minor deviation, but it can't be helped. Advance according to plan. This unit, the LCD included, will neutralize any hostiles within the facility, one threat at a time.
CCTV를 복구하는 대로 그쪽 안내를 돕겠습니다.
We'll assist you with finding the trail as soon as we're done repairing the security cameras. Acknowledged. The LCE and Hohenheim's team will secure the facility management room and prioritize restoring power. As for the executive manager's team, proceed to the laboratory for golden boat retrieval. Figures I'd end up in the team doing the fighting. What a pain. Alrighty, off we go. I'll take the lead. The rest of you follow me. With that, Udis and the LCD team's footsteps faded into the distance on the opposite side. We should get moving too, although I think just Martin and my assistant here will be enough to restore power to the facility management room. There seems to be a lack of proper structure in the generation and distribution of electricity here. It is regrettable that the facility lacks a backup mechanism to handle unforeseen emergencies of this sort. With the breadth of my possibilities, it is only natural that I would have been too busy to be responsible for the facility's design. However, when viewed independently, the structure of the laboratory itself is... I can't imagine you're having very much fun being stuck with those two, muttering between each other. Let thyself not over so trifling a matter, young Heathcliff. Oh, yeah, Jeff. There's also Don Quixote in that group. She's right. With the three of us together, we'll be able to overcome whatever obstacle that gets in our way. Probably. The voices of Hohenheim and the other sinners also slipped further away into the background. Should we get a move on too? Let us know if you sense the golden bow, Manager Bud. Okay. The two smokers of the group ended up in the same team. What are the odds? They used to be on opposite teams with the first event, making food. I'll never know how the others managed to pull through these working conditions without taking a puff. There was a time when I partook, but I could not find any reason to maintain the habit. No, there was? What did you smoke?
담배라고 지칭될 수 있는 것.
Most things that fall under the category of cigarette. For a whole year of watching you never walk out of line, I pegged you as one hell of a straight-laced fella. Partook in both categories of activities. Those generally accepted as right, and those accepted as wrong. During my time among the Old League of Nine Literateurs, I once had an opportunity to engage in a few hits of The Simpsons at the behest of my fellows. Oh? That was the one and only time everyone burst out into laughter, though I found no enjoyment in smoking myself. That's always the case for first-timers. Must have been pretty intense, huh? What about you, Mr. Ryoshu? When did you first start smoking cigarettes? Every pair of eyes searched Ryoshu's face, but she didn't bother telling us her story, nor did she reveal any signs of unease or anxiety. What we saw on her face was inexplicable exhilaration, thrill, and as strange as it may seem, a fury chilling to the marrows. Beats me. I've always been surrounded by cigarette smoke, ever since I was a brat. Wouldn't have guessed it any other way. It's your turn this time, isn't it? Yeah. So damn obvious that it makes me scoff. How do you feel? Be faced with a past that stands before you. Simple. It's exciting. All that waiting finally paid off. I noticed you haven't smoked once since this whole thing began, Ryoshu. Right. Trying to get used to staying off it. Meanwhile, back at the transporter truck. Oh. Well, that's what Virgilius is doing. Red gaze. Never thought you, of all people, would have one. Funny, isn't it? The mighty and powerful Red Gaze loses this tiny little bundle of liability from his clutch, and he's suddenly too scared to even swing his sword right? Now that I don't understand. Oh, not that I don't understand. Have an unwanted burden you can't even push off aside or kill off shoved into your care? I know what it's like all too well. Well, I suppose I did want the little thing back then, but I never expected her to be such a nuisance. Lucio's been digging around,
딱히 이거랑
Digging around where?
관계도 아닌 남.
It looks like you don't have any connection whatsoever to this half-pint here. Could it be that you've got a specific use for her?
목적 때문에 이러지도.
Explain that you need her for something. Explains why you're letting that dead weight tag along. Perhaps she's like my ticket, or textbook over there. Pain in the ass you'd much rather kill off, but can't because you need it to make the future you long for come true. We sure have a lot of common, don't we? Lucio's just standing over in the corner like, what the fuck? You. I know why you're provoking me with that pointless rambling. Your friends are out on a mission, and you're making sure I don't get in their way till you get the all clear. However, just because my sword isn't cleaving across your throat doesn't mean I won't collect your little lackey's head. Then mind. This should be interesting. Do your worst. I'm curious to see how long the textbook I so painstakingly crafted for my ticket would last against a color fixer. Aren't you? Ooh, okay. Roseate Desire. Oh, are we actually just gonna... It's gonna be us fighting Roseate Desire. I noticed the ribbons before. I was like, ah, yeah, surely they wouldn't do that. We keep running into these mannequins. Are they made by those nurse fathers? Found the book. You found the book? Yes, to be more specific, it's just the ring nurse father. Corporism. Corporism? An art movement that utilizes the interaction between human bones and muscles, the contraction and the elongation thereof, with the splash of cubist technique, it seems. What? Yeah, the magazine. Observe closer. Do you see them? Writings carved into their bodies? These corpses were engraved with the wild scrawl of a message carved with a blade. They began shuffling at us with that uncanny rhythm entirely devoid of any semblance of will. Dearest daughter of ours, please pay close attention to the way the line curves. From ribs we can make blades keener than any sword. From femurs we can make bludgeons sturdier than any mace. The thoracic cage has taken its prepossessing yet hardly shape. What the fuck? The thoracic cage has taken this prepossessing yet hardy shape of an arch to keep the heart and lungs from harm. Preserve this natural beauty of the human corpus and do not infringe upon its primeval, precise value. That is the reverence with which the act of creation must be handled, just as musicians handle a priceless instrument. Where are you guys coming from? Manager Esquire, I need my assistance. It seems like if I have a headache. Yeah. I think there's like Advil on the bus or something. That is the reverence with which the act of creation must be handled, just as musicians handle a priceless instrument. Touch it, if you will. Do your fingertips feel the contour of a blade along the grains of musculature, its tendons and sinews? The bones of the ones most desperate for life have begun a blade best fit to reap it. Indeed it has, hasn't it? I knew from the fathoms of my heart that you could appreciate the true value of this piece, Yoshihide. The care put into this piece I have so painstakingly birthed into the world is greater than that of any other work of mine. The smallest fracture or imbalance could instantly render it useless. Once this piece is complete, dearest Yoshihide, I would like for you to wield it. I will. Never got to finish that precious piece he'd always ramble about, did he? Ryoshu muttered to herself. Urge. If the main target has 3+ types of negative effects, final power +1. When staggered, recover from stagger. Being too fragile. Yeah, okay, no, it is just pink ribbons. He told ye shall not sing, but ye sang. Oh, yeah. I think it would be pretty easy for him to belt out a few notes. But then again, I'm not the expert in these things. What is this going to be like? They should have probably swapped out the song. But retrospect is all known. I'm sure if Don Quixote wants to answer, she'll answer. Execution. That'll be 1 stagger. I'm not liking the bleed count sticking. Oh, he's so hurt. She doesn't gaze. Truly a pickle I find myself in. Your soul is almost bled out to his next stagger threshold, and there is nothing I can really do about that. Ooh. Will this win? Oh. Wait. That's a clash with... it's a clash with guard. What is he hitting? Oh, he's hitting the stagger one. That'll be fine. He can't be staggered. Huh? He doesn't have Shin or Mung. I thought he could. I haven't used this ID in the entire time I've had him, so I'm not even really that familiar with his kit. I just understand that he's got a lot of tremor bursts, and he works off of ammo. Yeah, he doesn't have his Shin or Mung though. He has, here he goes, he switched this to the Hellfire rounds. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna run out of Tiger Mark. I don't have any reload effects that I can activate because I don't have Sinclair. Oh wait, Yoshi's rolling a 21 on her skill 2. Jeez.
총알값 아까울 놈은 아니군.
Okay. Now I see. Yeah, you have to spend all the basic ammo to get the Savage Tiger Mark rounds. That's... okay. I didn't know that's how it worked. And now he's got his, buffed skill 3, which is going to decimate. I understand. Because he'd always do that automatically, and I was wondering how exactly that triggered. But it always just kept triggering when I needed it, so I just kind of let it roll. Oh, fuck.
즐겁군.
Oh! Yeah, okay, I didn't even think about using the counter. But fuck, he is staggered this turn, so he lost out on a skill 3 activation. Yeah. Maybe I should have read his kit a little bit better when I threw him on this team. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. Oh god. You getting targeted? No, he's not. Okay. We're just gonna throw in Crow's Eye View and... He'll save it. It's fine. Yeah, I don't foresee him dying yet. He's gonna clutch up. Oh, okay.
경외감 속에 숨어들 진빛 경외 벗어날 수 있다고 생각했나
자세가 무너졌니? 자비에
시선에
감사하다.
눈이 멀지 않도록
Yeah, I guess he clutched up.
경외라 혹은 괄목하든가 평범과
he was like moral support while he was staggered.
차이를 보이지.
Okay, Sanguine Artistry. There's
한낱 날개
no
따위에 안주할 내
story preamble. We're just gonna go right into a fight.
사냥감인가.
Okay.
몸이 그
More pink ribbons. 9 enemies. Actually, I'm gonna see... because this is a primarily Tremor team.
단도직입적으로 묻겠다.
Can't remember if there's someone better I could use for
목숨을
Yisang.
살릴 만한 방도는 없나.
You guys are watching. You're looking at my
상응하는
my
그녀를
horribly built
말이야.
Yisang IDs.
없다면
Yeah, no, I don't foresee anyone actually doing
목을
better.
내놔.
Song of Roland.
사냥감인가. 몸이
I can't say I'm familiar with it. Neutral. Oh yeah, no, I do have the setup for Fell Bullet, but I don't remember him being fully leveled. He's only like level 45. Right now, not quite, but soon I could probably get him up and use him.
받아볼 텐가.
It would be cool to actually use the combo of both end corps. Yeah, I've only seen someone do that once because of how specific it is. Because you use Ryoshu's guard and he needs to use Yusong needs to use his S3, his skill 3, and then it activates. At least as far as I remember, could be off on that one, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Otherwise, you don't ever see it. You only see his skill 3, which can then target friendlies. His Ryoshu needs to have full gaze, 7 gaze, and then he also needs to have, Yusong needs to have, whatever his effect is. It's Torn Memory, I think? That would go with the ego. Who's she hitting? Oh, him. Isn't... No, I'll go for the trump card. No, wait, they both give. Trevor. Never hummed or sang anything. Yeah. The Roland I'm thinking of, I don't remember him ever making any noise. Or songs. Noise. He was a quiet person, but I don't remember any songs.
자세가 무너졌나?
Yep.
자비에 감사하다.
이것밖에
Oh, it didn't actually do any damage. Thinking about it.
그렇게 서 있으면 목이 떨어질 수밖에.
How much? 5+ stack. Take 30 SP. Into fragile 10 blind. With this effect. Oh. Not a 9. Oh, it's not too bad. We go for the sloth. 6, 3. What over the sloth absolute resonance?
나 선 속을 벗어날 순 없다.
I think that's a fair choice for this turn.
빈틈투성이군.
Because then I can use Crush Bound Past. And hopefully the next turn I can get more sloth.
경멸스럽고.
Oh my god, is that... Is that... Oh... The Rooster Heathcliff? Oh my god, I'm such a big fan.
빠르게 처리하지.
이것밖에 못하나. 전탄 격발.
경외감 속에 숨어들.
자세가 무너졌나?
시선은
총알값 떠올려면 안 돼.
Okay. Yeah, Unrelenting Spirit Shin. 3 or more. So they'll do more damage with higher speed. Oh, hey, maybe me bringing him into a fight that involves bind could potentially hurt his ability to do damage. Maybe, possibly. I'll go for the gaze. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Is that gonna be count? Oh, I want to do that.
나선 속을 벗어날 수는 없다.
I had to refresh myself on how the before attack or after attack, the after attack effect worked.
축적된 과거
It's
변형,
even on an even turn,
유지,
or even resonance on an even turn, or odd resonance on an odd turn. This could have done more damage, but I'm not that interested in trying to set that up a little bit better. Because they're both...
바람 불어오는 대로
They're both gonna be dead soon.
자세가 모르겠네.
I'm
자비에 감사하도록.
not so sure that these are the guys that attacked Hongyan.
허술하군. 자비에 감사하도록.
나를 들뜨게 만드는 일은 많지 않지만
Level 60.
이번엔
Okay, everyone's
그
now level
귀중한
60.
경우의 수에 들어맞았고
Log.
잘 놀다 간다. 회수하지 않은
Oh,
당신.
yeah. Yeah, no, they are. Those three... Well, I guess
엘리베이터가
in this case,
작동하고
these
있다.
two. Yeah, I guess they were the people who, yeah, came into Hongyan and made some trouble. The elevator up ahead is operational. I can see the light of the elevator beyond the lockdown door. If power has returned to the elevators, it can only mean that Hohenheim has arrived at the facility management room. Ah, then... Once the elevator doors opened, the LCA agents began pouring into the facility in perfect order. They immediately began hacking and shooting down anything that got in the way. There wasn't the slightest hesitation in their movements, as though drilled into them over countless rehearsals. Pretty pitiful that they don't have high attack rate. Yeah. Not typical. But sadly it is the case in this instance. And the way they never failed to deliver a killing blow to any target that so much as twitched, even when it was already mangled beyond recognition. I could tell they were seasoned veterans with years of combat experience. I began to grow certain that these fighters could brush aside any obstacle we faced with ease. I'll see a special operations unit, was it? They sure know how to clear a room. Testing, come in. Oi, give me that. Oi, oi. You alright, mate? Ah, the heck? No need to shout into the mic, Heathcliff. We can hear you just fine. Apologies. My assistant's temperament leans on the more impatient side. Senator Udis's conjecture was right. After arriving at the facility management room, we have been observing the hallways through the device here. The view of Heat's quality is, well, it leaves much to be desired, but the LCA has arrived at this sector. Sector? Can't confirm that on this end as well. We have visual on the LCA units past the lockdown shutters. But all I've managed so far is to remove one security wall in your path, and has nothing to do with restoring the internal elevators leading into other departments. Whichever may be the case, does this mean that the wounded can now be transported to safety? Not quite. While they managed to send the LCA down here via unknown means, the entire facility has to be restored in order to return upstairs.
그래도 다행이군. 구역별로 투입된 듯하니 다른 자들도 도움을 받을 수 있겠어.
She might be the sister of our lord. Yeah. I don't know if they're really on good terms anymore, so I don't know if you'd be asked to help. In any case, it is indeed a relief. However, it seems that the agents have been deployed to each sector. They should be able to secure the rest of the survivors. Though I've never been one to be interested in the art of killing or battling, particularly those without even a tangential relation to research,
저들이 도시 내에
I've heard that they are a rather formidable combat force, even by the standards of the city as a whole.
정말
Eyes forward. The lights flickered and... Oh. Hello. Where'd he come from? Oh. 3 LCA agents who were advancing while covering the front of their squad simultaneously fell to the floor without so much as a scream. Like a broken lamp, the light past the security wall continues to flicker. Between each flicker of the malfunctioning light, the outline of the intruder's weapons seemed to shift into a different shape. At first, the shadow stretched into the sharp tip of a pick. Then, after several more flickers, it took on the familiar outline of an axe, very much resembling Bridges' own. Judging by their appearance and gear, it is likely that they are the LCA's reconnaissance specialized unit, most likely in the same vein as the team that arrived at the monolith retrieval mission. Recon team or not, how did the intruder manage to wipe out such a well-trained team on his own? Whatheim, do you hear us? Indeed. Has the LCA taken care of the situation already on your end? You mustn't step foot out into the hallway. Why might that be? I've just watched the LCA agents take out an abnormality with quite impressive precision. To suppress such a tricky entity in mere minutes. Fascinating. This calls for an additional comment on its observation log. The LCA reinforcements sent to our sector. They're all dead. What? With its metal fought in an open field, even the LCA's reconnaissance team alone would have sufficed for a defeat. However, this is what happens to prey who forget that they've been snared in a spider's web. They'll never fight on even ground, always drawing their prey to locations where they have the absolute advantage. They wouldn't have lost in an open field, you say? It's meaningless to speculate over what'll never happen. Look, his prey ensured their demise by walking into his hunting ground. What Alyssa had described earlier was becoming more and more apparent to us. A relaxed but disciplined gait. The man, after having slaughtered dozens of LCA agents, slowly turned around to face us, his sharp-dressed shoes lazily clopping against the floor. He seemed to have been aware of our presence from the get-go. Light dances across the glossy surface of his white mask. He returns a smile in response to Ryoshu's furious wrath. He's just taunting her. Then his lips part, soundlessly mouthing a sentence, word by word. Hi, sweetheart. How did your reviews go? Hey, sweetheart, how did your training go? Same old, dull and boring. Dad, that wound on your arm, did you do that to yourself? Ah, yes. I had to stab my opponent with a knife 38 times through my own arm. The 20th stab was where it really began to hurt? Huh? What? They say that the pain of burning hurts at least 100 times worse than the pain of getting stabbed. Did you know that? So, when you have to take care of someone, I hope you won't use fire, lest their death be slow and their dying breath curses your name on their long descent into hell. Don't they deserve to watch their lives flash before their eyes in relative peace? Okay. Come closer. You've got a scratch on your cheek. Happened during Valencina's class, didn't it? Her methods are simply too violent. She's the kind of teacher who uses the number of scars as a measure of training intensity and effectiveness. Let's take good care of that wound so it doesn't scar, okay? Whatever.
LC와의
If what LCE has told us through the transmission is true, then the executive manager is in danger.
오티스,
I'm just
저도
as concerned as you are, Udis, but we're not exactly out of the woods yet either. The security camera's feeds are working again.
네,
Yeah, look, it's pointed right in front of our door, but
자네도 와서
come
보게.
see.
내 기억이
If my memory
틀리지
fails me
않다면
not, then this man's attire suggests he is the middle?
중지.
Oh, hello. What are his feet doing that for?
저쪽에서 전멸당했다고
What do they look like that?
이렇게 당했나 보네.
I guess we now know what happened to the LCA in the other sector.
부서뜨리고 있는데?
Yeesh. This guy's practically tearing people apart.
뭐라고 자꾸 큰 소리로 떠드는
Is he
것 같기도
shouting
하고.
something? I can't quite hear what he's saying through the feed.
요시히데.
Yoshihide. He is shouting Yoshihide repeatedly so,
그리고
as he fills the silence between them with a boisterous guffaw.
입을
They
크게
split into a wide grin, body convulsing with laughter. What joy does this madman find in this carnage? God,
사람이 저만큼
that is an
날아간 거야?
insanely powerful kick. Flung that guy all the way to the other side of the hallway.
선명한 화면은
The footage is
아니지만
pretty blurry, but do you think he's got a prosthetic leg? It sure looks like it.
아닌가?
Maybe not. I guess a leg covered completely in augmentation taboos. Oh, tattoos. Excuse me. It looks something like that. Ooh, are you looking at Papa's mighty bear paw?
누구야?
Who the heck are you? Oh my. Hi, I'm Kira. Covert approach? Men, battle positions. Oh, you guys got it all wrong. You're watching my Papa work, aren't you? Don't mind me, okay? I'm not gonna pick a fight with you guys. Why? I'll just hang around here while you guys get the important stuff done. Carry on and watch him work. Your Papa? That guy's your dad? Uh-huh. Isn't he like super badass? Yo, did you guys see that? Gosh, that text straight up fired. Oh, I hate reading this. I've been trying to recreate that myself, but it's not the same, you know? How's he doing that? Totally folded that guy up and tossed him like a basketball. Like a baseball, all the way to the other end of the hallway. To treat a massacre as no different from a game of sport. What a contemptible scoundrel you make. Oh, so you're into that kind of character, huh? Sick. I'm a huge fan of him too. Did you read the latest issue of the Clown Bruce Blade? There's this new character who talks just like you do. Like, lifting his bamboo hat, he goes... Wait, you don't know the Clapper's Blade? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh man, I've been trying to sell it to everyone I know, but no one's interested. One of them's obsessed with training all day, one of them talks with her sword all day, one of them just wanders all over the place all day, and the other one... You know what she said? I think the story indulges too far in too many logical fallacies. What the heck kind of book review is that? Like, bro, who wastes time nitpicking about what makes sense and what doesn't reading a comic book? Gosh, I don't even think I'd ever vibe with that girl. Anywho, has anyone here actually read the Cloudburst Blade? If you did, well, if I may have, but 4 hours of your time, good sir. Enough. If you thought you could distract us with your nonsensical prattling, think again. I don't see the middle nurse father on the feed anymore. If she's his apprentice, then... Hey, kiddo! What are you doing all the way out here? Haven't I asked you not to wander too far? No more transmissions. They've all gone quiet. Work, young Ishmael, young Udis. Wherefore it taught them to respond. This is bad. We don't even have the manager with us. We're all in the dark. Whoops. Missed that. We must make haste and restore the facility to its operational capacity. The sooner we obtain access to the security wall controls, the sooner we can coordinate with each other. As luck would have it, we should be able to locate one of the lost pieces of circuitry in this room. And it's just a mound of bodies. Okay. These remains. The ring has made its mark here. Yeah. Wait, don't force yourself to look so hard at them. No, disgust as an emotion holds very little sway over me. It's just that... Boss, don't look at their faces and try to tell who's who. Right, I lost my focus there for a
중심으로
moment.
한눈을 계속하지.
Let us carry on.
뭐
What?
할 말이라도
Is
있나?
there anything you wish to say to me?
드물게도
This is
하우스 역시
highly irregular, but it seems that Faust also expresses agreement with Hohenheim.
뭘?
Agree with what?
이럴수록
That he must restore this
빠르게
facility
시설을
with as much haste as we can
복구시켜야
employ.
한다는 것을 말합니다.
So I can see the tactics that they're employing, you know, having everyone like split up. Which makes sense in like the aspect of being a tactical decision. But I wasn't sure that they would ever do that in the story. Like use it as a story device.
마지막까지 발버둥 칠 수밖에.
It's an interesting turn, to say the least. Leaving behind the perpetrator of the carnage greeting Ryoshu on the other side of the security wall. We had no other choice but to make our way toward the lab. Miss Ryoshu, perhaps this question of mine is one you might not wish to grace with an answer, but, and if indeed it is, do feel free to let it float past. But what is your connection to these so-called nurse fathers? Your relationship with them does not seem to have been brewed in mere bad blood, and in the change in your countenance I sensed, a flash of something almost imperceptible. I haven't put all the pieces together just yet, but they were nurse fathers, my fathers who forged the sword that I am. And one mother, presumably? Neutral. I hit that out of habit, but I mean, that's probably just what I'm gonna do. I'll turn to neutral. Wait. This would be a better clash. It's 6, 6, and 4. It'd be 16. And obviously neutral. But, yeah, I think they're probably gonna lose the first clash. What? This is gonna burn 2 rounds. This is gonna burn 2?
너는 위아래가 없군.
3. Okay, yeah, I'll just use a skill 3 then. She's actually fighting a skill.
받아볼 텐가.
Yeah, I don't have the resources to win her a clash by default. But if she's moving last, that means she can possibly get a stagger off and get more SP that way.
전탄 격발.
And I have... yeah, I have Pursuance on Mirso. Just in case she takes too much damage. Or is there not a requirement for her to stay alive during this fight? Can I possibly just let her die? In the event that she does? I know she'll recover from stagger. Wait, she doesn't have that fact. Oh, so she can just die. Oh, okay.
빠르게 처리하지.
Goodness. Yeah, she is taking all of the hits. Oh, no.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
It's looking like one person is going to take all of the damage on every single one of these fights. And this time, it's Ryoshu. I could do full sloth residence. Triple slash, yeah. And then do Unbrilliant Glory. Yeah, this could be the basic S3. I'm gonna do that one.
빠르게 처리하지.
I didn't want to use Unbrilliant
자세가 무너졌네. 자비에
because he
감사하다.
would basically take a one-sided attack.
여기가
Or would he?
네 약점인가?
I'm not too familiar with the mechanics of how that works because it would be unclashable, but
두려워하지 마라.
that would just mean it targets that skill slot and then the other one goes back towards him?
피가 튀.
Or does it redirect to whoever's actually attacking him next? Assuming they have a higher speed. Because going by library rules, it would be that the unclashable doesn't actually count towards the targeting slots. So, like, say this is unclashable, and we've got, like, maybe this slot attacking this slot. If they were both set to be clashing, or both set to attack that one slot, this one then gets turned into an unclashable, it would default to this being a clashing slot. But I guess oh, yeah, I don't have to do that. I could. It's turn 5. Do this. Skill 3. Oh, Lord. Yeah, she is so close to dying. What would I need? Oh, I need pride. And a gloom. I don't generate gloom.
빠르게
I can't even
처리하지.
use pursuance. But I'm gonna guess I don't need to.
관측 완료된 시간 벡터 계산 완료. 축적된 과거 변형, 모먼트 값 유지, 발사.
Okay, gap attack killed the last one, so this should be
네 약점인가?
the final enemy. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Jesus, there's still one more after this. Shouldn't have used Crush Pound Pass then. I suck at counting, I guess. Use 2 of his skill 3s. And then do that. What do I need? 2 pride. Oh yeah. Gregor's the only one that can produce pride on this team. Damn.
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없.
So it's gonna be probably another 2 turns before I can even think about using Unbrilliant Glory.
짓밟아라.
Oh, he's only at 21 now.
정의감 속에
So I
숨어
wouldn't want to use it until he's at 40, which would still probably take 2
전력으로
turns.
상대하마. 전탄격발.
I took 1 from full health.
전력으로 상대하마.
Okay. Well, he just wiped the floor with all of them. Hopeless. Dominating? It's an odd turn, yeah. Highest resonance is going to be odd. Because I'm saying it's going to be odd.
일기당천. 증기압축 피스톤
Yeah, because I want this to...
관측 완료된 시간
I want to use this to do count build, right? I'm working off that assumption and I don't want to read it. This should be building count and potency based on resonance. I think. Gotta reread all of it. Just to be absolutely, completely, 100% fully aware. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Could be wrong. I'll accept the fact that I might be wrong.
나를 들뜨게 만드는 일은 많지
Yo,
않지만
okay. Yisung is now level 60. That
귀중한
means
경우의 수에 들어맞아
everyone on the team that I am
잘 놀다
actually
간다.
using
회수하지 않은
is
탄피는
maxed.
팁이다.
Oh. Yeah, this one. I'm gonna take a second and look at the ego. Author resonance by 2, tremor count. So up to 5. It's the main target trigger amplitude entanglement to the current tremor type. Or tremor. This coin deals plus 1% every tremor. Would it before attack? No, it's after attack. That's on the first coin. Tremor burst and reduce targets tremor count by 1. If this coin's effects raise the damage dealt by 100% or more, trigger tremor burst 2 times, then reduce targets tremor count by 2. Okay. Gain 1 accumulated past and then gain 1 accumulated past at every subsequent turn end. So it just makes him a bigger and stronger guy. Okay. I only get 4. Okay. I've heard some things about this, this here... Can I feel this? With the passive... No, that is not an SP passive. But I would not use it. Yeah, my N-Corp's only at 45. Otherwise I would probably slot him in. Back to ego. Well, what? That's poise? Yeah. Contempt all. I haven't been able to use this. I can't generate enough pride right now. The lust and envy are fine, but the pride I do not generate enough of. Don't know why I couldn't open it. Yeah, I'll stick with that. And pursuance. I'm struggling to feel because I can't do gloom. I gotta think about weirdo solution to an issue. What if I just use Priest Gregor? Like, if I'm expecting to have damage, I don't have any healing ego. Well, team heal ego. Obviously Lantern heals Gregor, but why don't I just use Priest of Lamachaland? I can get him up. And then I'll keep Thumb East Capo. I could do Ring Song. Nah. We got 2 bleed and we got 3 tremor. I think I'll settle for that and see how I handle it. Looks like we're here. It's the lab. The LCD and LCE haven't reached out again since that last transmission. Can only hope that no misfortune befell them. Hey Manager Bud, you picking up on anything? I'm in the Golden Bow. If those people got to it before us... Not yet. I don't think they did. It's still in there. That right? Guess I should be glad that we still have a chance. Gregor mumbled on in a gloomy tone. Hohenheim will be relieved to hear this. We stepped into the lab. The lights were off. It was completely dark inside. The assailants were indeed after the Golden Bow. What could they... Oh, if the assailants were indeed after the Golden Bow, what could they possibly want with it? I was deeply engrossed in my thoughts when I noticed that Ryoshu had stopped in her tracks. Ryoshu? There's a stench coming from up ahead, a sickening familiar one. Even in the cloying darkness of the unlit lab, Ryoshu seemed to notice something out of place. You smell something? I don't smell anything other than your sick... Oh, yeah, you've not been smoking for a hot minute. Only silence welcomed us in the lab. We couldn't hear any breathing, but there it was, without a doubt, the stink of cigarettes and a chilling, disembodied sense of dread we couldn't exactly put our finger on. When I left that place, I remember feeling a strong contempt for someone. It had to have been. Ryoshu started muttering as though she was gripped by the chill. I noticed she wasn't speaking to me, though. It seemed as though she was wading through a bog of mutilated memories to cling to her emotions at that moment. Bihui Star. You... All along you've wanted to make me suffer to the bitter end, haven't you? What audacity! You think I'm the one making you suffer, Yoshihide? You do realize that you've always been the one obstacle in my life, don't you? This is the only way for us to get even. Ooh. So, Yoshihide is gripping her tongue. It never stops. The sound of the fetter around my feet rusted and heavy, how it clinks and rattles. In that vision of the past, Ryoshu raises her sword in an agonizingly slow motion, unsheathing the blade that we have never seen revealed before. A white blade of such unfeeling purity, devoid of even a trace of mercy beyond its pale edge. In the split second I was blinded by the glint of the blade. Ryoshu clutched the hooded figure's jaw in her crushing grip. Then, without a moment's hesitation, she drove the blindingly bright sword into the figure's mouth. Oh, I see. Yeah, she's cutting her tongue off. And... she stood rooted in her spot, staring at the flailing figure with a look of pure confusion. ISOTPITA? Insidious stench of the past in the air. And right now, right before Ryoshi's eyes, the vivid presence from the memories of the past came to life in the form of a white silhouette. Her hand slowly brushing the lips beyond which no tongue laid, as if to remember the absence of the organ that Ryoshu had so mercilessly cut off. Like a lone watchman who had been keeping vigil, awaiting our arrival. The mouth that lost its tongue faced Ryoshu without opening even once. Then I think I heard a whisper of a hollow sigh escaping between her lips. Because of my 5 fathers, I had to leave behind the single most important thing in the world. And that is why I must take it back. So happy to see you again, Ryoshu. I mean it. Such were the words my master bade me to relay. The pinky, nurse father. Oh, so we are going to encounter all 5 of the fingers. I was honestly under the impression that we would only encounter 4 of them, as my master expects not from my insignificant self. I am but a blade rusting amid the quiet turn of nature, doomed to ever endure the dullness of todays and the emptiness of tomorrows. And therein, owing to your pursuit of the spider's thread, I am once again granted a chance to carry out my master's will. Another talker. Piss off. As our apprentice approached us, Ryoshu's nurse father slowly stepped away, toward where the container of golden bows lay nestled, emanating a soft glow. Is that an iron meat? The preparations are complete. I trust you have not forgotten the plan? That's, someone affiliated with a ring. Where the nurse father had left, a figure clad in steel armor entered. What the armament looks a little too crude to be a piece of gear imbued with advanced technology. Looks akin to the torture device we had previously seen in the basement of Sinclair's home. No flesh, no blood, no bones to show. In a fight? Our artwork meant for my eyes, its aesthetics are lacking in class. Keeping your mouth shut even in a moment like this. Did he not teach you there's no beauty to be found in it? I want him here. Where is the ring nurse father? The armored figure answered Ryoshu's question with a swing of their huge sword. We need to take care of this quick and track down the golden bow. Let's fend them all off. You're starting to pick up the rudiments of aesthetics, Cluck. Watch as I demonstrate the meaning of AOS. Okay. Okay. The Pinky Apprentice, Ren. Center him on my screen. Them? Very androgynous. Gain 8 poise. If the skill slot using the skill is a main target of an attack skill, gain 4 fewer poise potency from this effect. Gain plus 4 poise count. Gain 2 fewer. Rush 1 gain plus 1 poise count. Oh. Oh, that's fun. 250 shield? Clash will counter. Clash lose. Lose 1 poise count. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm guessing I need to... What does she have? Go plus 1. Deal plus 10% damage to the House of Spider's enemies. When staggered, immediately recover from stagger at the start of the next turn. Gain 1 attack power up. 1 spirit counter. Cannot retreat. Okay. Unopposed. A favorite. Oh, okay, dominating, yeah. I'll use her. Oh, excuse me. Ah. 6-4. Surely he's gonna win, right? Surely, right?
그쪽도 죄인인가?
Oh, 13-6.
전탄격발.
하나 넘고 둘 넘고 꺾고 제쳐라.
Oh, I missed. Oh, drats. The blood feast consumed? No, not consumed. Go away. Okay. Let me look at these. What is that effect? Oh, right, that's concussion. Moonlit Azure Blade. 5 shield for every stack. You didn't have that at the beginning of combat. Plus 1% damage on critical hit for every stack. Lose 1 stack when hit. I want Rager to start hurting himself with his bleed. Yeah, you're gonna be favored. 0. I could try a sinking team now that I think of it.
일기당천에
Oh, that was so close to being a clash loss on Yusang's part. Oh my lord. $53 shields. No? None? No, 150. Okay. Yeah, 150. That's interesting. Is his passive based on do the number of slash coins that critically hit times 10 slash damage against each target. Inherit the name of the star. Oh. Okay, yeah, that does answer a question I had about the Pinky, because obviously they're based on the 108 stars. I wasn't sure if the titles were inherited, because they're a very distributed organization, or if they just kind of anointed people from them, like who met the requirements. But it seems like they are passed on. If this unit has Moonlight Azure Blade, in the following effects, SP does not drop below 0. If it was below 0, recover to 0. Convert any SP damage taken into glue damage. See for SP changes due to base factors increasing, decreasing sanity. In a clash against targets that aren't Ryoshu, clash power -2, take minus 20% damage from targets other than Ryoshu. Means pancake type does not change. Potency is capped at 25. Any excess poise potency will be converted into movement Azure Blade. Oh. Okay. Can I inflict some tremor count? Well, I don't want to lose the 22 stack, so I'm gonna use a different skill. That'll win. No, I'll use Unbrilliant Glory here. I can take the Clashful counter and the Clashful guard.
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없다.
Oh no! It's 20 damage. Fuck me. Oh, but he rolled the heads.
두려워하지 마라.
진품에는 미치지 못하오나
This blade of mine may not rival the original style, yet its form is implacably mimicked. Permit me to demonstrate. Oh, he's doing Judgment Cut. Can clash with this skill regardless of speed. Deal an additional 1% damage for every movement of Zerg Blade. Point power plus 1 for every 10 movement of Zerg Blade. Deal minus 80% damage, and damage dealt by the skill cannot stagger the target. Plus 50% damage on critical hit. On hit without cracking, deal slash damage equal to this coin's final damage. Ooh. Yeah, I do not want to lose against that. Well, I have just the thing. Just the thing. Right? Oh no. I'm not doing the math right. That'll be 19. There is a very slim chance that he can win that clash. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have anyone else that can target that slot with an ego. Ryoshi's not. Yeah, Ryoshi's not ready to challenge that. Oh no. How many do I need for Unbrilliant Glory? Oh. Yeah, I just need one more. Okay. Oh yeah, he just wins. Easy.
이상이 무엇이라 생각하시오?
경외감 속에 숨어들.
Wait, she was ready. What?
시선에 눈이 멀지 않도록.
Man. I got lied to. I was robbed. Ryoshu could have totally taken him. What's his count at? I don't want to try and burst him too much. But he'll get to count. He still has 5 rounds. Yeah. What, like I do that? Dominating. I love to see the yellow text.
나선 속을 벗어날 순 없다.
I'm going to start getting through his shield now. Ooh. He doesn't have that much health. I didn't think about that, but he's only got like 900 health.
하시아가 잠이 많아. 그래서 조금 늦었어.
I see an issue now with my original plans. At 2 Corpus Ingredient expires next turn, then gain artwork, fascia. Inflicting bleed with attack skills. This unit is hit by an attack skill before using the powerful attack. Gain 1 impact round of armor. Use 10 final power for every stack. Add 3 stacks after using repressed flash. Lose this effect and become staggered until next turn. What the Sigma? 2 protection, 10 defense level up. Gain 1 fewer protection, 5 fewer defense level up, and reduce the percentage mentioned above by 5%. Okay, so I don't want to attack her first. I want to take out Ren, like I was doing. Asha Hungers. That's gonna be a little bit of a difficult skill to combat, I think. Tangle Cleaver. That should use the rest of his ammo, right? 3?
너는
Gotta remind myself.
위화가 없군.
3, yeah. Okay, then he'll go into Jin. Sorry, I'm not I'm not really saying anything that's substantial, I'm just focused. Favored. I'm gonna... No! All of my work! All of my work lost to a fucking misclick. What? There? There. Single cleaver here. Favored. Where about the E-Sungs? Right at that one. You attack Ren. I want to take that. It's not a clashable counter. Okay, yeah. Because I want to take out Ren first. Ren seems like the bigger threat, and I have to wait for Fascia before she'll become vulnerable. So it seems like the intended method. Now that I have another bleed unit on the team, my Blood Feast is going to start going up.
전탄 격발.
짤관에 붙기에 나쁘지 않아.
총알값 아까울 놈은 아니군.
Okay. Same basic stuff. What? That cannot be redirected? Oh. Yeah, Clash lose. A 40? What's this? Bloody hand. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that because he put his mask on. That's what the point of the mask is. Don't you know? Can he... Wait, so she's gaining SP. Is that due to her passives? No, that must have been one of her skills then. Heat charge, fixed potency. Okay. Oh, then she must be using her big skill when she gets to Corpus of Gradients. That's nice and predictable, I guess.
그쪽도 메인인가?
God, I'm focusing way too much on the fight. Yeah.
경외감 속에
I
숨.
don't have anything interesting to say just because like this is what I'm doing right now.
효생의 쓸모는
Oh, wait, he left already? What? I thought this was gonna be hard. But he's already gone. Like what? What are we? What part of this is supposed to be hard now? 'Cause I don't think Fascia's gonna be that difficult. You just hit her after she's You just do this. And then to really seal the deal, I'll have Yoshihide simply clash with her ego, and it should simply mean that she wins no matter what. I'm understanding now how people were able to do just a 2-turn, or how to do a 2-unit fight. Because oh, I didn't even need to use the ego. Wow. Yeah, I'm beginning to understand how people were able to do just 2 units in this fight and still win pretty handily.
아직 유한성이야. 넌 제대로. 이제
No,
이런 걸로
bello?
그녀가 사는 건 실례야.
Leo? 22. It's an insult to the audience to stand before them in such crude form. Stagger? Is that part of her skill? Or did she get staggered that turn? Did I hit one of her thresholds? Does she have another? Oh, yeah, I think I've just been hitting her with a ton of tremor. And that's what caused it. Oops, I guess. Oops. 2 tremor. Can I inflict tremor count? Got 1, we got 2. She's got 2 bleed right now. Use that and or I want to reread the ego
그럴 여유가 없군.
second time. Here it is. Certain facts cannot trigger the skill to be reused. 40 mana scabbard become clashable. 40 until this skill ends, this unit cannot be staggered from taking damage against clash power plus 20. So and every stack recuperate one ego resource in the following order: Pride, then Wrath. Every stack consumed, gain +1 attack weight, gain defense level up. If 40 was consumed, fourth coin deals +80% damage, and this unit gains 2 protection. Oh, this is a burn tremor. Forgot about that. Heal 5 SP for every target that was staggered or killed due to this skill's damage. This skill did not consume 40 mana scabbard. Gain stagger, or gain aggro. Use this coin 3 times max if this coin isn't cracked, and if it targets 3+ enemies. What's the power? Okay. Yeah. This is about to... No! Oh my god! Oh, I fucking misclicked so badly. Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
잠깐. 사시아에 손대지 마. 눈으로만 감상해.
Iron Maiden Spikes. That is her... Yeah, if this unit isn't staggered when hit by the last coin of an attacker, activate the following. Deal pierce damage by 20% of the said coin's damage, inflict 2 bleed. Max damage per skill 100. Oh. Oh. Can it activate multiple times on a turn? Last coin of an attacker. Oh. Yeah, yikes. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I could try and stagger her. She's 40 and 4 tremor. And her stagger threshold is 676. Only got 39 shield. I could totally stagger her. It's an even turn. Surely this doesn't backfire on me. Surely this doesn't completely ruin my plans.
피스톤 압력 제한 해제. 관측 완료된 시간 벡터 계산 완료. 축적된 과거 변형. 모먼트 값 유지.
Is this what? This will give her 4 Tremor Crown? He got through the shield. Ooh, yeah, he took a ton of damage. Okay, now she's staggered, right? Oh, that was the end of the fight.
계획에 없는 행동을 삼가라고.
Refrain from any deviations from the plan, as my humble self neglected to impress upon this matter many times. See, Fascia has begun to pulsate. I haven't seen Fascia tremble like this in so long. Why don't you give her some time to chat? The plan involves no outward expression of such selfish desires. The plan that involves only the observation of the warming, reddening flesh while our own heart beats slow. That plan isn't to Fascia's liking. Her tendons have tightened. Yet we must learn to remain tranquil before these common beats if we are to adhere to the wills of those who are our masters. I've always been so curious of the Maestro's child, forever lost. Why not let us at least prepare a maquette? It is to become apparent that this glorified executioner does not know her place. Clearly it is about time her branches are pruned. With that, the man who stood in our way leaped forward towards the pulsing greatsword of flesh and delivered a powerful strike. This may be our stroke of fortune. It seems that, in the chaos, our presences slipped our minds. That wasn't so hard. My cat decided to walk up on the desk. Ah, the golden bow! Feeling a dull pain squeezing through the grooves of my mind, I turned toward the spot from which the sensation surged forth, and saw Ryoshu standing there. In her eyes burned hatred and fury, a glare that would easily have had me believe she would unsheath her sword from her back at any minute. At the receiving end of the glare was a Dihui star. Was the veiled figure who had been watching our battle without a word. The Pinky's nurse father simply stood there, meeting Ryoshu's wrathful gaze as she did in the fragmented memory. Then she withdrew into the shadows, the darkness slowly eating away at her shape. Before disappearing from our sights. Dante, have you found the golden bows? We must... No. We were too late. Felt the dull pain in my head lift as I pointed out where the veiled person stood. The golden bows that should have been there were gone. What remained in their place were dozens of cigarette butts, the same kind of that Ryoshu smoked, piled up like a thick layer of dust. Yep. Unlocked after January 8th. Okay. That was a surprisingly simple boss fight. I was just expecting something a lot more complicated. I'll be completely frank. It's kind of hyped up to me as something that would be, I don't know, maybe a couple retries, but I got it first try. Yeah, and her passive kind of scared me on the last turn. Because, yeah, taking 20 times the damage on my last coin. Ow, Mirso took like 60? Jeez. Actually, no, I think he took almost closer to 100. But, anyways, yeah. I'm probably going to call stream here. Now that I'm up to date. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Thank you for chatting. And yeah, I'll probably be doing this again sometime soon. After the January 8th update. And I hope that you'll come by again. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Right. I'll be going now. Thank you. Bye. Mwah.